What's up, y'all? Howdy
everybody.
doody. We are right on time this week.
Yep.
Right on time for the weekly live readings.
I prefer Sundays personally.
Really?
Kind of. I kind of do. But then also I think about on Sundays, I like to do farmers markets and things like that. And then we don't get to do that if we're doing this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm torn.
I mean, we never really like doing things on the weekend anyways in Vegas because it's always so crowded.
Yeah. Especially this weekend because it's a 3-day weekend. So Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went out yesterday with my parents to one of the casinos and it was crowded. It was very crowded. So yeah, it always reminds me of why. I'm like, this is exactly why I stay inside on weekends.
Cool. All right, looks like we're getting a few people in here. What's up, y'all? Welcome to this round of the weekly live readings. Let me see. We got a decent little list to start off. Remember, for those of you new to this and don't know anything about it, you can pre-order anytime throughout the week. We read them in the order of which they come in. And if you don't want to sit and wait through the whole live stream, that's totally cool. You can just come back later and check the comments in the playback, and they'll all be timestamped. So, and also, if you're new to this, if you don't want your name read out loud, no problem. There's a little place during checkout on my website where you can put what name you want to be referred to as. So, yeah. Everybody been having a good weekend.
It's it. Have someone. Michelle, hello from Texas. Becky, hi Rich. How are you from the UK?
What's happening, Becky? UK in the house. Wow. That is always so cool, to see people from around the world. It's awesome.
Congratulations on 400K subs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I already forgot about it. I think about it so rarely compared to, back in the day. I was constantly looking at my subscriber number, like, I can't wait to make it to this milestone and this one. And, back in the day, it was so exciting. And I don't know where along the way, I just kind of stopped thinking about it and rarely look at it. And I totally even forgot that I was getting close to 400K until the other day. I looked and I was like, oh man, I got like 2,000 more people and I'm at 400K, So
yeah, I definitely want to do a giveaway though when you get 500K.
No,
we used to do really fun giveaways.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I know we did. Like we gave away money, we gave gifts.
Yeah.
We would do all kinds of stuff. And then we didn't really do anything this time. But I think for like the 500K, definitely.
I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, we technically still could, but.
Yeah. But I would have wanted to like do that before you got to it, like get people like excited about it. And now that's kind of passed. So it's like, oh, now I gotta wait till 500.
Yeah.
So anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day.
Yeah.
The lineup is in the comments. And then also, let me pin this.
Yeah.
If you want to get on our list, go ahead and just follow that pinned link. So first person, oh wait, hold on. I want to say something. Okay, we're back. I had a secret I had to tell. Okay. Anyways, we're going to start off with Lizzy D. Oh. Okay. And the question is, I have seen someone for 4 months. They made me feel like a second option and also that they bullshit me. I blocked them. What do they think and feel?
4 months. Now, you should definitely know by 4 months whether or not you're a top priority. Well, you know what I got to look at first? Soul contract. Let's see the soul contract. What's the nature and status of this soul contract? If it'll even tell me. Oop. All right, last shuffle. Boom. Uh-oh, Tower card. That's interesting. 10 of coins, King of cups, Chariot. Well, with the 10 of coins there and the King of cups, King of coins, that kind of indicates to me that whatever this soul contract is, it's supposed to be more long-term than 4 months. Yeah, see? 10 of cups, 10 of coins. So this, I don't think this is something that was supposed to come to an end when it did. I know you didn't ask this, but I like to look at this because sometimes it's really easy to waste time looking at energies and feelings and intentions, because if the soul contract was that it was supposed to come to an end, then at the end of the day, you know, the feelings and the intentions don't really matter as much as they would if it was a long-term soul contract. So this one here, I do think was a long-term soul contract, though. It wasn't in the contract for it to come to an end this quickly. Okay, so probably potential life partnerships. Let's see, I guess. Let's give this person an energy check then. What I'm wondering, though, is second option to who? Is it just something that, you know, you felt like a second option, or was there actually somebody else, like another person or family, you know? Some people, I was talking to somebody recently who said, you know, they always put their family in front of me, you know? So let me see what the second spread says here. King of coins, 9 of coins. Okay. Emperor. Okay. All right. So most of the time when we read a new connection, what comes through? Past energy, past heartbreak. So I'm thinking that with the Emperor, 9 of coins, King of coins, this kind of indicates to me that this person got their heart broke in the past and never healed from it, has no idea how to heal from it. So they just kind of throw their walls up and just don't want to let anybody in because they're afraid of getting hurt again. So, yeah. Now, again, I'm kind of wondering second option to whom. I don't really want to dig any deeper without knowing that, because I don't know if, like I said, if that's just the way it felt or if there was somebody else that they were putting in front of you. But either way, though, yeah, I mean, I think this person knows that if they gave you permission, or I'm sorry, if they gave themselves permission, they would fall so stupid, crazy, retarded in love with you. And that would give you the power to just basically flip a switch and destroy their whole world if you wanted to. And I don't think it has anything to do with you specifically. They're just afraid of putting themselves in that position again. So it's hard to say how they feel, you know, because this individual threw their walls up and was not wanting to let you in it. But I mean, that indicates to me that at a really deep level, they realize how in love with you they could fall if they allowed themselves to, and just didn't want to put themselves in that position. That makes sense? So.
All right, next is for Nurse Betty or Nurse Bet. I think it's Betty. Says Tommy husband checked out emotional/physical some time ago. What is spirit telling me to do about this?
I need to know who that is. What's
The husband?
Oh, husband. I think you said Tommy has been.
Husband, sorry.
Tommy husband check out. Okay, so this is a current long-term relationship. Well, let's look at that soul contract. I want to see if, like a lot of times when you see stuff like this happen, the reason why that energetic shift happens is because the soul contract is complete. And, but I want to make sure and see whether or not that soul contract is complete. Let's see. Boom. World card reversed. I don't think so. Ooh, 7 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Well, no, I think it's an incomplete contract, but yeah, I do see where this individual has checked out emotionally, definitely. With the King of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups. Kind of feels like he's suffering from a good old case of FOMO, you know? Like, you know, the grass is probably greener on the other side of some fence out there. And, yeah, Devil card, King of Wands reverse, 7 of Cups. I don't know. I don't really think this person has engaged in any infidelity, but it does kind of feel like if he was put in the right situation, he would. Yeah, he's starting to think about what else must be out there, you know, what else he could be missing out on. But no, it's not a complete soul contract, though. So let's see what the best advice is for this. What's the best advice for this situation? Ooh, 5 of Swords. There's the karmic wheel reversed. Okay, so there's uncleared karma here. The contract is not complete. So, and there's the world reversed again, too. Oops. There's the world reversed again, too. So with a situation like this, the only thing you can really do, does it say, it just says some time ago. So I don't know what some time ago is, but have you all had a conversation about this situation? Because that's about all you can do. All you can do is do the best you can to try to dig to the bottom of what the problem is here. And if you do everything that you possibly can to dig to the bottom of this and try to fix it, and you know in your heart that you've done everything that you can, there's really not a whole lot else that you can do. Now, I don't really technically have the authority to tell you to walk away from uncleared karma. But the only thing that I can say is that after a certain point, the cycle will begin repeating itself. What I would recommend that you do is analyze the situation and look for signs of a repeat cycle. Because if it just looks like we're in a cycle that's spinning around in a loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop, then you might want to ask yourself, is this a cycle I want to spin around in for the rest of my life? You know, it's easy to get trapped in cycles in a relationship or just in life in general. But I would say that, you know, of all the different cycles you can get trapped in with your partner, a cycle that has to do with there not being a connection there is not really a cycle you want to stick around in for too long. Because if the connection's gone, there's not really much else that you can do. But there's uncleared karma here. So if you make sure that you've done everything that you can, exhausted every option at your disposal to try to dig to the bottom of this and have a conversation, find out what's going on. And if you can't, then that's when you may want to ask yourself, is this somebody I want in my life? That's about all I can say with that.
Okay. Next is for Kimberly, asking for advice in relation to a new job offer as an EDD analyst with a commercial bank. I currently work as a financial crimes analyst for a bank. I've recently been offered a new job as an EDD analyst for a commercial bank, and I'm wondering if the new job would if the new job offer would be better for me.
Well, those are always tricky to read because it depends on what you mean by better for me. A lot of times when people ask that question, usually what they're asking, I'm not saying you're asking this, but usually when people ask that question, what they're asking is, will this be a more positive experience for me? And sometimes the answer to that is no. But that doesn't mean it's not better for you. Sometimes in order to make things better for us, we have to go through challenges, obstacles, and problems. So I don't really want to go that route right now. I want to look at your path. I want to take a look at your path here. Wands reversed. 2 more shuffles. 2 more. Two of Wands reversed. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it is time to change path. It absolutely is time to change path. So honestly, I'm kind of feeling like this is going to, within the next 5 years, it's going to lead you towards a very unexpected destination, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking, see, you have to understand that the universe is not going to open a door that it doesn't want you to pass through. So if a door is open for you, that means there's something to benefit passing through it. And I'm feeling like it is time to change paths. And even if you didn't change paths right now, something would happen that would change your path within the next couple of years anyways. So let me grab the second spread real quick. I'm thinking that, you're headed towards a very unexpected destination, and this is part of it. Let me see here. It might be uncomfortable, maybe a little bit weird, especially depending on how accustomed to the old job you are. The World card. Oops. Hierophant reversed. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, it might be a little bit challenging. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be the most amazing experience in the world. It may be, depending on how you handle change. But yeah, I am thinking that this is a part of your path. You don't have to worry though. If it just really doesn't feel right in here and you really would rather not, that's cool. Because within the next 5 years, 5 to 7 years, there are multiple ways to alter the course of your path. And so if you was to choose not to take this job, then your path would just be altered some other way anyway. But I feel like this is part of your path. So if it was me, I would. But again, if it just doesn't feel right, if you're too nervous about it and too uncertain, you don't have to. Your path will be altered in other ways later on down the line. All right.
Okay, next is for, how do you say that name? Amassie? Do I say the J?
I'm not.
I'm not sure how to say your name. The J's throwing me off.
Yeah.
I think you know who you are. It's gonna be timestamped anyways if you're not in the chat. So it says, I like someone named Augustin. What is his intentions? And would it work out if I gave him a chance to date me?
So is he pursuing you? I would imagine. Kind of the way that's worded kind of throws me off a little bit. Because when you say you like him, that kind of sounds like you're pursuing him. But then when you say if you give him a chance, then that sounds like he's the one pursuing you. So I guess let's...
They're probably talking.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's see the soul contract here then. Ten of Pentacles. Long-term soul contract. So contractually and spiritually speaking, this individual is supposed to play a long-term role in your life. Yeah, stems back to a previous lifetime. I don't know if I would call it karma. I mean, I guess you could call it that. I don't have the karmic wheel here, but I do have some of my past life cards, and it does kind of indicate that something in a previous lifetime didn't quite work out the way that it was supposed to. And at the end of the day, that's what karma is. So if I had to give it a name, I'd probably call this a karmic contract, but don't let that scare you. That doesn't mean that it has to be bad. From what I've seen throughout my line of work, I would feel very safe betting that the majority of the life partnerships that are happening right now are karmic partnerships. Just because it's karmic doesn't mean that it has to be bad. So, well, there is some codependency energy in here. So that if this energy isn't put in check, I don't know who's bringing it to the table, but, you know, that can end up leading to some unsavory experiences between the two of you at best, and at worst, it could just turn straight up toxic. There's the karmic wheel. Okay. So I would say just monitor the energy, but let me see this person's intentions first. Yeah, you want to definitely monitor the energy of that situation. Let's see what his intentions are. 10 of Cups. I think this person has pretty solid intentions to settle down and actually have something serious. That's what it looks like to me. But I do think that there is somebody else very heavy in this person's energy. I think so. But so far, it's not really looking like this person has a third party, but I would say possible third energy, you know, like an ex, for example. You know, like a lot of people do this whenever they get their heart broken, then they jump into a new relationship and they're still holding that person's energy. And, you know, that brings a third energy into the connection, which will screw things up. People do it all the time. But with the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, I don't think this person is doing it for malicious reasons. It's more like, you know, they just want to find a life partner. They want to settle down. They want to have a relationship. There's the karmic wheel again. So I don't think this person has bad intentions. I would just say monitor the energy, though. You know, make sure that any of that codependency energy gets straightened out in the beginning, because, you know, it can take a very rapid turn in the wrong direction if we don't straighten that energy out in the beginning. But intentions look solid.
All right. Next, we have Shelly. Yeah. Oops, I messed up on that timestamp, so I might be off a little bit. Sorry. Okay. What are my current love interests and feelings towards me? Strong poker face on both sides, and we work together, so I am cautious on how to move forward.
I think we've all been in that situation a time or two. Let's see. Let me grab a deck I haven't used yet. Ooh. Okay. Well, we got the 9 of Cups there. So this individual is very emotionally independent. Kind of emotionally independent to a fault, I would say. Because, man, that's always so hard to describe when that 9 of Cups comes out. So kind of emotionally independent to a fault. So, it always goes back to a past heartbreak, but I don't think this was recent with this person. It doesn't look like they're trying to cover up some recent heartbreak. This kind of feels like something happened a long time ago. And throughout their healing process, they have figured out how to put their walls up and fill the void in their heart. And they're afraid to jump headfirst into anything willy-nilly, And it almost kind of feels like they're kind of at that place where they don't want to be the one to approach somebody. Because I'm thinking this person kind of has some insecurity issues. Now, that can be an issue too, because if somebody has insecurity issues and they're too insecure to approach you, does that mean that you should approach them? That's where it gets slippery. Because if somebody has insecurity issues, you approaching them could trigger their insecurities. You see what I'm saying? It's like a double-edged sword sometimes. Let's see what the second spread says here. Knight of Cups, so yeah, this person absolutely feels an abnormally strong connection with you. Empress reversed. Okay. So a little bit afraid to settle down. There's the 9 of Cups again, and this time it's in the heart of the spread. I think this person's a little bit afraid of settling down. Do they have an interest in you? Yes, but a little bit afraid of settling down. And especially if you say this is somebody at the workplace. I don't know where they get this idea. I don't know if they've gotten with somebody in the workplace before, but they're afraid that, like, who they think you are at the workplace will completely flip and change into a different person if the two of you were to get together. It kind of, I don't know, like I said, if they've done this before. I would imagine probably, because I don't know where they get that idea. But yeah, so they have an interest in you, absolutely. They're just nervous and afraid. So, I mean, I would say just see if you can take things slow if you want to approach this. This person's emotionally independent, though. So, I mean, it doesn't look like they have any qualms with just not making a move and not approaching anybody right now. So I would say that if you do, choose to pursue this, just take it really slow. Take it step by step by step by step by step. Should I give my little example that I gave last time?
What?
Of getting with people at the workplace. I'll tell you what I used to do.
Oh, this one.
What I used to do if I saw somebody I was interested in. First, I would spark conversation with them and see if they were, receptive. And if so, I'd say, okay, I'm going to start doing this for the next week to 2 weeks. Just casually playing it off, playing it cool. And then as soon as it kind of feels like we got a cool little at work thing going on, then I'll look them up on social media, send them a friend request. They accept it. Okay. Then just kind of casually, not too weird and creepy, not pushing myself on them or anything like that. Messages and then the comments and whatnot. And after for a couple of weeks that picks up, then it's like, let me see if I can get your number, And then, sometimes it could take the span of about a month, 2 months sometimes.
I'm sure she's already done all that. Okay, us females, we do our investigating very early on.
Well, if you've done all that and you're still scratching your head because you can't tell what this person wants, I don't know if that's something that I would personally pursue. Of course, I'm a dude, so it's a little bit different, but yeah, that's with the workplace situations like that, people acting funny because we're at the workplace. Me personally, that's the process that I found to be most successful, and it worked. I mean, when I say it worked, that doesn't mean that I picked up every single person that I went after, but it worked. It was a good way of distinguishing who's interested and who's not without just getting shot down, So, yeah, they have an interest. This person does have an interest, but they're a little bit nervous, a little bit scared. All right.
Okay. Next we have Anonymous.
Anonymous, a naughty mouse.
Devin and I met on my birthday, May 4th. There was a connection and chemistry, but then I got ghosted. Question is their potential in the future.
Oh, ghosted. I guess let's give the person an energy check, but when you get ghosted, that always means the same thing. This person is not who you think they are. Let's see. Ooh, and the ghosting card is the first card that jumped out. Yeah, when you get ghosted, that means they're hiding something. Whether it's another person that they're fucking with or their true intentions. Usually it's intentions. I'm thinking that this person had somebody else in their energy. Now, I'm not allowed to spy on the personal details of somebody else's life. But with this energy right here, it feels to me like an ex that they were crazy, madly in love with. And, it doesn't have to be, though. It doesn't have to be, but there's definitely somebody else in this person's energy. And it kind of feels like they're just kind of trying to fill a void, because they got a lot of baggage that they're trying to escape. They're trying to distract themselves from. So, I don't know. Just when you get ghosted, I mean, the only exception that I would think is that if they got hit by a car and they're in the hospital in a coma, But when you get ghosted, that means you're not who I thought you were. Let me see what else I can dig up about this person. Nine of coins. And Queen of Swords. I mean, honestly, it just kind of airs the ghosting card again. Second time in a row. King of Cups reverse, Devil card. So, kind of feels like this person was emotionally manipulating you and probably only really cared about a sex-based connection. I don't know if the two of you were intimate or not, but usually people who are moving in this energy right here, they do one of two things. They want to hit that, and then they finally do, and they're like, all right, on to the next. Or they realize that you're not going to be that easy. It's a challenge. I'm not going to be able to get you as easy. My game isn't going to work on you, so I'm not fucking with this. On to the next, Yeah, probably not, honestly. Probably not. The ghosting card came out twice in a row. King of Cups reverse, Devil card. Probably not. I don't think so. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with these people playing games out there.
Okay. All right, next person is Jess. It says, my ex-boyfriend Tim and I had a little argument, a little one, so he ghosted me. My question is, will we be back tomorrow again?
Well, I don't really like to use the word ghosted for that kind of situation. I mean, I guess it just depends. It's different for everybody. But when I say ghosted, what I'm referring to is randomly out of nowhere for no reason. Like we were just hanging out. We were having a great time. We even made plans for next week, and then poof, just disappeared. No warning, no reason. Poof, just disappeared. That's what I mean when I say ghosted. Having an argument and then getting blocked, I don't really call that ghosted because you know why they blocked you. So but basically this person abandoned you over a little argument, a little one. Let's see here. King of Pentacles reverse. All right, last shuffle. Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups reversed. Yeah. Five of Swords, Eight of Cups. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that I don't think this was random. I don't think this was random. I think this person thought this through. I don't know how long y'all were together, but I feel like this person was wanting a reason to walk away. And I don't know the nature of the situation, but he either created this argument on purpose or used it as the perfect opportunity. A little argument. Most of the time, when somebody leaves you over a little argument, it's because they were looking for a reason to leave. So, I kind of wish I knew how long y'all were together. That would play a pretty big role in my explanation of this, but let's see what the second spread says here. Eight of Cups again. This person was looking for a reason to walk away. Yep. They chose that as an open door of opportunity to walk away. The only thing that I can really read with this is this person's current intentions. And currently, this person's intentions are to walk away and eventually find somebody new. Now, these types of situations right here are notorious, absolutely notorious for them coming back later on down the line. Because that energy right there is not going to sustain a connection with anyone. So people carrying this energy and they're moving like this, they think they're going to walk away and lay a solid foundation with somebody else. And then that ends up not happening. Like either the person they left you for leaves them, or finding somebody new isn't as easy as they thought it would be, or whatever the case may be. And then they find themselves all alone. And then they're like, damn it. Okay, well, maybe that person that gave me a chance last will give me a chance again. And then that's when they usually reach out again. So I would say there's a pretty good chance that you probably will hear from this person, but technically the cards are saying it's 50-50 because right now in the current moment, this person has no plans of it. I'm just saying, based on my knowledge of how energy behaves and manifests, the chance is greater that you will hear from this person than you won't at some point in time this year. But I would just say be careful with that. Be very, very, very careful with that. Okay? Because this person's got ulterior motives. So, all right.
Okay, next is for Victoria. How does Lucas, the Aries, feel about me and our connection? Lucas and I dated for 2 years apart for 6, and on 2 years apart and 6 on talking and hanging out terms for about 2 months. He says he loves me, but need to figure out how financial situation out first. Wait, I think there's like extra words in here.
Yeah, figure financial situation out.
Before getting into a relationship. He mentioned he was seeing someone within, though. I'm guessing within those times you guys are taking breaks. Okay, so basically, how does he feel about the connection?
I don't know if I buy that financial situation. Like, what is it? Let me just say something real quick. What is it with couples getting together and splitting finances? What? That fucks up so many relationships. If we're together, I don't care where the money comes from. It's ours. It goes into the same pot. Like this. See, that mentality of I need to figure out my finances. That is just an indication that, I think this person has that my money mentality. And I'm going to tell you what right now, you're going to have a hard fucking time laying a solid foundation with somebody if you have that mentality. Just saying. It's so stupid. Anywho, though, I guess let's get this person an energy check. High Priestess. Death reverse, so this person hasn't moved on from this. I do think that this person would like to breathe life back into this connection. I do think this person has feelings for you, but at the same time, I kind of feel like this person's a little bit like lonely and codependent at the same time, and that's where it starts getting slippery, because a codependent at the end of the day will get with whoever is most convenient overall, So, but I mean, I do think this person does have feelings for you. Absolutely. This is confusing. This is really confusing. You okay?
Yeah.
I just think this person, the reason I'm confused is because this person's confused. I don't think he knows what in the hell he wants when it all comes down to it. I don't think he really knows what in the hell he wants. I don't think he knows exactly who he wants to be with. Does he have feelings for you? Yes. But he's still confused. He doesn't know exactly how he feels about the connection. Let's see what the second spread says here. You want your chair back?
No.
Yes.
I'm just trying to get used to this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm like Goldilocks. I need my perfect chair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this person is lying about finances. I don't know if you're wondering that, but yeah, this person's very, very concerned about finances. But when it comes to love, does he have feelings for you? Yes, but I don't think you're the only person he has feelings for at the same time, and he doesn't really know exactly who he wants to be with. He has a lot more than finances to figure out. I feel like there is something else in there. He's not lying. The things he's telling you are true, but there's things he's leaving out too. I don't know exactly what those things are, but he's not telling you the full truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's got feelings for you. He's just confused. He doesn't know who he wants to be with. So, that's about all I can get out of that.
Okay, next person is for Ellen. I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but we do need more information for yours. That's the question.
Yeah. Did that one just come in recently?
Yeah, I've been asking if they're in the chat, but I haven't gotten a response. So, Ellen, if you are in the chat, going once, going twice, or I can just email.
Yeah, just email her for now.
Okay. Oh, they're in the chat. Okay, so the question is, does he love me at the end of the story? So, what we need to know, what would you like to know?
What does that mean? What's the end of the story? I don't get that. I mean, I can read whether or not somebody loves you, but that would be a very, very short, sweet yes or no answer. I would kind of like to know just a little bit more of who this person is, what the situation is. You don't have to tell your whole life story, but is this a potential love interest? Is this a past person that you have past history with? Is it a current long-term partner?
They said a lot of obstacles.
So a current long-term partner or a potential love interest? Somebody you're trying to get with, or let me see here.
Past history with a new girl is coming. I don't understand that.
What?
What? Yeah, I
don't know. So this is an ex, somebody you have a past history.
Oh, I want to know how should I leave or fight?
Oh, you should never have to fight for a relationship. There's a big, big, big definitive line between working on a relationship and fighting. If you have to fight to have somebody in your life, that's not somebody you need in your life. But I can give this person an energy check, though. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So this person kind of feels to me like an inconsistent gaslighting mind game player. That's what this feels like to me. Wow. So the question is, does he love me? And in this spread, I have no cups. None. Not a single cup. So I'm not seeing love here in this first spread here. Let me see what the second spread says. Whoops. Okay, that deck said no. And I'm using all my old decks too, so that wouldn't happen. King of Pentacles reversed. No, there's a big difference between working on a relationship and fighting for a relationship. Huge difference. King and Queen of Pentacles both reversed. I kind of feel like this person might pull you down and hold you back. There's the King of Swords reversed again too. This person plays mind games with you. Plays mind games. I think the majority of the obstacles, I'm not saying all, but I would, with the King of Swords reversed twice in a row, I would say that the majority of the obstacles in this situation were created by this person. Probably intentionally too. So, yeah, I'm not really seeing solid commitment happening here anytime soon. So probably not this, but here's the thing. I don't want to just blindly tell you to abandon a relationship, because nothing is more important than you learning the lesson yourself. And that's where it gets slippery, because if you just blindly take my advice and leave this, and you don't 100% understand why you should, the likelihood that you're going to end up in that same situation and not know what to do is very high. So I can tell you the energy, and that is most likely that it's going to continue repeating the cycle and repeating the cycle, because all these kings are reversed. Kings reversed are manipulators, game players, mind game players, emotional manipulators. Look, there's another one. There's another one. King of Wands reversed, King of Swords reversed, King of Cups reversed. Oh, and the King of Pentacles. Every king in the entire tarot came out reversed in this spread right here. Every one of them.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, the likelihood that this cycle is going to continue repeating itself is very high. So, just take that and try to use some wisdom in this situation. Okay.
Hold on a second. Why do you keep singing that song?
It's stuck in my head.
Isn't that the Venus song?
No, it's the song Low Life by Theory of a Dead Man. I'm a low life and I'm loving it. I got the whole damn
I thought that was
world.
like the totally different song. Like, I think it's called the Venus or something.
I got the whole damn world in the palm of my hands.
It's like the same tune though.
Mm.
Okay. Next we have Dana. I'm an Aries and he's a Leo. I want to know if he's going to reply to my message and his intentions. No dating so far. Someone I'm interested in, and maybe he's the one who's reaching out from fake account. I try to get more information for you, but they want to wait and see what you want in the comments.
Fake account. I don't even know. The only thing I can really read is a person's intentions. A Leo. So in today's day and age, we all have a phone in our pockets. Unless you're like me, and I have all my notifications turned off because, my phone would be just blowing up constantly. Most people, 99% of people know when they receive a message. So let's see this person's energy. Three of Swords reversed. We got the Death card here. Got the Death card and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I mean, it doesn't really look like this person is overflowing with love and emotion. There's some other energy in the mix here with the Three of Swords here. Somebody else's energy. Now, I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody else's life, but usually that's past person energy, like an ex. Don't hold me to that 100%, but most of the time when that comes through, it's usually an ex that somebody can't let go of. But regardless, there's somebody else's energy here in the mix, and reply to your message. Maybe eventually at some point, depending on whatever. This person has something else going on, something else somehow, some way. I can't really dig in and explain what that might be without knowing what the situation is, but it seems like there's something else going on. And depending on the nature or the success of whatever else this is going on, would be whether or not they reply to you. And that's about all I can say without knowing the situation. Let me see what the second spread says, because I do have the Knight of Swords there. Oh. World card reverse.
Well, I was trying to ask them if they are someone, like, are they also interested in her?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you give me a general question, you're going to get a general answer. So the only thing that I can really see, generally speaking, here is that there's something going on in this person's life, something else going on. And it's almost, I don't know if they're like juggling you and somebody else or what it is. I don't even know. I don't even want to speculate on that. But I'm feeling like depending on the other things going on in this person's life as to whether or not they reply to messages. So yeah, without knowing who this person is to you, it's really hard to say what their intentions are, because like one card would mean something completely different if it's a past person, a current person, a potential new person, or a current long-term relationship. The same card could have 4 totally different meanings. So I would imagine it doesn't feel like a current long-term relationship. It could be, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it depends. Whatever else this person has going on would depend on whether or not they reply to you, is all I can really say. Feels like this person is playing games, though, just to let you know. And I mean, reaching out through a fake account, I don't know what that's all about, but Queen of Cups reversed energy would probably indicate that, yeah, that's probably what's going on, more than likely. Because the Kings and Queens reversed are game players and emotional manipulators. So I don't know. I would give it, again, like I said, it kind of feels like a juggling act going on here. I can't really say much more than that, though, without knowing the situation. So I'd give it about a 50-50 chance this person will reply to you, depending on how things go with whatever they have going on. So that's about all I can get out of that.
Lisa, is he have someone else, like, romantically?
Well, is this a person that you're if this is a past person, I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody else's life.
No dating so far.
But this person is interested in somebody else. There is some other person very heavy in their energy. And again, usually when that comes through with the 3 of Swords, it's usually a past person, somebody that they have some kind of past history with that broke their heart, heartbreak. But are they actually involved with somebody else? I think they're trying to be. I think if they could, they would. If they were able to, they would 100%. Are they? Just intuitively, I wouldn't say so. And it doesn't feel like, it feels like the reason why they're not is because it's not successful. If they had it their way, they would, if that makes sense.
All right. Next person is Shishka Bob. What are the current energies occupying my energy in the next couple weeks? So that's pretty general.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Energies occupying my energy. What's that mean?
I'm not sure. Are you in the chat?
There shouldn't be any energies occupying your energy. If there is, you need to do some clearing. Is that what do you mean by that?
Hopefully they're in the chat.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, let me know a little bit more specifically what you're asking there. Energies occupying my, I've never heard that question before. So I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. If it means what I think it means, hopefully there's none. That's not a good thing to have other energies occupying your energy. That means you have attachments. But maybe that's not what you mean. So, just in case, I'd like to know what you mean by that. If you're not in the chat, I guess email them and we'll move on.
All right, well, let's give them a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Okie dokie. Do.
No more song.
Do. Look up Low Life by Theory of a Dead Man. That song will get stuck in your head. And it blows my mind too, because for some reason, I don't know why, I would always hear the name like on the radio, oh, next Theory of a Dead Man. And I always thought that band name just sounded so stupid that I just kind of came up with this idea in my mind that I didn't like them. So I just never listened to them just because the band name sounded dumb. This was when I was in my 20s and shit, you know? And then here recently, you know, I would let my Pandora list just run through and play. And I started hearing these badass songs. And I'm like, oh, damn, who is that? And I'm looking, Theory of a Dead Man. I'm like, oh, shit, that's Theory of a Dead Man? These motherfuckers rock, dude. That's like one of my new favorite bands. They're badass. And I got this song called Low Life. And just the way the chorus goes, like it gets stuck in my head every time I hear it. Do, 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 do. Anyway. It's been stuck in my head all day because when I went to the store earlier, it jammed, and I don't know. I just can't get that out of my head. Anywho, though, y'all having a good Memorial Day weekend?
Did they respond?
I don't know. I can't really see it from here. Which one am I looking at? Are they both the same?
No. Yeah, they're the same. It says, I mean, attachments. I feel negative energies attached to me. I'm just feeling drained a lot. LOL.
Erky Derky. That's pretty easy to read. So when you say what energies, do you mean are there any? Or I can see if there are any, but I can't tell you what they are. It's just, you know, out there in the upper fourth dimension, bleeding into our dimension, there's all kinds of fucking energies. It's no different than here in this dimension. No different.
He said, people I work with, and are there any?
No. Oh, and the workplace energy came out. So I would say, yeah, with the King of Swords reversed and the Magician reversed right next to it. Now, Magician reversed, let me ask you this. Do you know anybody that dabbles in metaphysics and esoterics? If you do, there might be somebody doing it to you on purpose. So yeah, I would definitely say that you need to shield a little bit. 100%. Now, a lot of people like to make this big deal out of energetic attachments, and it's not nearly as intimidating as you think. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be, and I'm not saying that it can't fuck your world up. You know, the hardest energetic attachments to deal with are the ones that have been with you since childhood. Like if you were traumatized as a child or something bad happened to you, that opens you up. And then all these energies attach themselves to you and you don't even realize it. So you grow up with them and you can't tell the difference between you and that because it's been with you your whole life. But like, just generally speaking, like if something negative was to try to attach itself to you tomorrow, the ability to feel that and just reject the energy. Reject the energy. You have to identify it first. You have to identify it. And what do we always do? This is not my energy. I do not claim this energy. This energy is not welcome here.
Send it back.
I'm returning it back to wherever it came from with love and light. And just repeat that and repeat that and repeat that and repeat that. You will feel the weight lift off your shoulders. Because it can only occupy your energy if you identify with it. Or if you feed it fear, or if you feed it anger. But the minute you refuse to identify with it, it has to leave.
They said, I told this person not to play black magic with me because I don't believe in using it.
Well, that's not going to stop some people from doing it. And it's okay. If you feel it, identify it. Identify it immediately. This is not my energy. This energy is not welcome here. And you got to command that this energy is not welcome here. It's not wanted here. It's not needed here. I'm returning it back to wherever it came from with love and light. And it has to leave. Has to. It has to. So yeah, I would say that there's probably a lot of different miscellaneous energies that are in your field, but I do kind of feel like there is at least one person probably throwing it at you on purpose. And again, don't feed it fear, don't feed it anger. You're the one in charge. You're the boss. It's no different than somebody walking into your house. Get the fuck out of here. They have to leave. They have to, So.
And you can notice too, like if you're just having a really good day and then all of a sudden it just gets like your mood just changes and you sit and think about, okay, wait, why am I actually mad right now? And then there is no reason. Then you can say, all right, this is not me. This is not my energy. I send this back. And then you'll notice you physically can feel it like leaving. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And then that will just confirm that wasn't your energy.
Yeah.
And that person doing that to you, they will get their, I don't want to say karma, but they will get their energetic return of their magic that they're doing to you. It will come back to them like threefold. So they will get it back. As long as you're sending it back without any hate or any negativity, just send it back with love, or even just send it back. That's not your problem no more. And they have to deal with their whatever they did to you. It literally bounces off of you and goes back to them. So
yeah, and it can be tricky sometimes. Like every now and then, because we've been dealing with this shit for years, and every now and then, she has to catch me. Sometimes I have to catch her. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she's like, "Babe, you're having an energy attack."
And then you do that to me too. Like, I think you're having an energy attack, yeah. And then we're like, "Oh," mm-hmm. And then we'll sit there together and just send it back together, and then we're fine in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. People have been throwing black magic at us, trying to break us up for years. And actually, I'm kind of glad because it's opened my eyes to a whole new realm of paying attention to what my energy is, So whoever's been doing that, thank you. It's helped us out a lot, actually.
It's made our relationship so much stronger. Yeah. Because we'll just start arguing over something like so dumb and petty, and we're like, what are we doing? Like, we don't even argue over stuff like that. Or like, what are we doing? And then we're like, I think we're having an energy attack. Mm-hmm. And then we can just be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we go back to snuggling.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
All right. So next person we have, I'm going to get me some caffeine because I am like sleepy over here.
Go do what you got to do.
All right.
Next. Maybe after part 1, we can go get some energy drinks at 7-Eleven.
I have one in the fridge.
Oh,
I do like 7-Eleven. They got good drinks there.
They got good pizza too.
You don't need any more pizza. Oh my God, you guys. You're going to turn into a giant piece of dough. Doughboy.
Pizza is my kryptonite. And I don't know what they've done with the 7-Eleven pizza over the last 5 years or so, but it is.
No, it's not. I tried it. It's not all that.
No, you didn't get a fresh piece. That piece that I got the other night, it was old. You could tell it had been sitting there for a while. But when it's fresh, dude, it's up there with Costco pizza. When it's fresh, only when it's fresh. So, yeah. All
right. Next, we have Eva. Or Iva. I don't know how to say that name.
Hi,
Iva or Eva. All right. It says, am I ever going to meet my Aquarius? I don't know how to say that name either. We've been texting since 2021, but never met. I think he does feel something towards me, but not sure.
Ooh. 4 years and you're not sure how he feels. That's not good. That's not good. So I would imagine this is long distance. I would imagine, hopefully. Because if you're texting somebody who's not long distance for 4 years, that's a big problem. Big problem. Let's just see if there's a soul contract here. Ooh, 6 of Cups. So this person is a very, very near and dear member of your soul family. The two of you have had many, many, many lifetimes together in which you've played very close, intimate roles in each other's lives in previous lifetimes, such as husband and wife, parent and child, brother and sister. You know, the closest connections that you can have. And you all have done that throughout many, many, many lifetimes. But I don't know, it's not really feeling like there's a solid long-term soul contract in this lifetime. With the King of Swords in the reverse, the King of Swords reverse is a very low vibrational Aquarius. A low vibrational Aquarius that does not know how to handle his emotions and will play mind games with you. And the Page of Swords reversed. Well, that was mainly the soul contract I was looking for. So now I guess let's see the intentions and feelings and all that good stuff. Let me ask you this. Have you asked this person, hey, what are we and where are we going with this? It's 4 years. I would say you probably should have had that conversation in the first 4 months. Two of Pentacles. Now we got the King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed is just a straight up out and out game player. And now we got the King of Pentacles reversed. Kind of just feels like this person's stringing you along. And the Devil card. Kind of stringing you along, you know, for a rainy day, last case scenario. Well, so let's do the math here. First, I don't really see a long-term soul contract in this lifetime. Number two, it's been 4 years and you're still confused about this person's feelings and intentions. And we get all these kings reversed. And the Devil card, let's just put it to you like this. I would have that conversation with this person like yesterday. What are we? Where are we going with this? Are we ever going to meet up? Do you ever plan on taking this any further? Because if you don't have that conversation with this person, it'll probably go on for another 4 years, and then another 4, and then another 4. If you don't want to have that conversation with this person, no, I don't know what to tell you. 4 years is way, 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 way too long to be confused about somebody's feelings. If you're just waiting on this person to make a move and come meet you, probably not. So that's why I would recommend starting that conversation.
Well, does he have feelings?
No, not really. Playing games.
He's
All
bored.
all the kings reversed. They don't really have feelings.
Okay, so next we have Tasha. It says, I just found out my husband's been messaging his ex. I want to know, has it been going on for a while and what's his intention?
Well, let me ask you this. How did you find out?
Probably in his messages.
Well, I can look at his intentions, but if you had to find out any way other than him coming to you and telling you, that's usually not a good sign. Usually not a good sign. Because if it was innocent, you know, like no malicious intentions, and his ex messaged him, he should come straight to you and show you his phone. You know? If he didn't and you had to find out the hard way, that's, I don't know. That doesn't sound good. Let's see here. Oh, Lover's card.
Oh, no. That's not a very good first card.
It doesn't really sound like he's completely released the connection with his ex. 10 of Cups reversed. World card. Well, I just with the Lover's card here and the 10 of Wands, he's just still carrying the energetic vibrational baggage of that connection, has never released it, never fully released it. Now, I don't know what you mean by has it been going on for a while. I don't know what a while is, but I definitely think that he probably hasn't released the baggage of this. So far, I'm not seeing any energy of infidelity or anything like that. Let me see what the second spread says first. It's not coming through here, but what definitely came through is he's not released this connection. And again, I'm kind of curious to know how you found out. Was you snooping through his phone, or did he come to you and tell you? Or
if he's not over it, then why didn't he get remarried?
A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Devil card reversed. I don't really think there's bad intentions necessarily.
Maybe not remarried. I shouldn't say that because I don't know if they were married.
Yeah. King of Cups reversed though. Yeah. 9 of Swords, 5 of Coins. Yeah. So 7 of Swords reversed, Devil reversed. I don't think there's like malicious intentions here, but I think it's teetering on the line of that. It's like walking a tightrope in a windstorm. He hasn't released the vibrational baggage from that connection to that situation. So yeah, that's slippery when it comes to his intent. Is he trying to go cheat on you with his ex? No, not right now. But he's playing Russian roulette with his energy when it comes to that. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to know how you found out and what were they saying? Did it indicate the context of the dialogue or anything like that? Yeah. So I don't think he has bad intentions right now per se. I don't know what you mean by has it been going on for a while. I don't know what a while is to you, but he's definitely hasn't released the energy from that. And he's playing a dangerous game with his energy, revisiting a connection that he hasn't released. Unless he's planning on finding closure, which I don't even think he would know how to do that. Yeah, that's
maybe you finding out that he's doing that is good and will kind of like make him stop because now he knows he's caught.
Yeah, because like I said, if it was innocent, I would think that he would just come to you and tell you. If it was innocent, he'd come to you straight and say, "Look, my ex wrote me." If it was innocent, but the fact that you had to find out, that's he's hiding something, and I think what he's hiding is that he, never released that energy, never really fully moved on from it. But at the same time, I don't think his intentions are bad. I don't think he's trying to cheat on you. Does that make sense? That's about the best I can get out of that.
All right, next is for Anonymous. My ex broke it off in March. We have chatted on and off since. Last time we talked, he said, let's not wait so long to chat. What are her intentions? Have known each other less than 2 years. Long distance relationship, Libra and Gemini.
Huh.
What?
I'm trying to figure out. So on and off. So what I'm confused about is usually when I hear on and off, I'm thinking you broke up and got back together.
They broke it off in March, but they've been on and off since then.
So she said, let's not wait
Last
so
time
long.
we talked, let's not wait so long to chat. What are her intentions? Like, why is she wanting to talk if she's been on and off or breaking up with me? And long distance.
I would imagine she's probably the Gemini. That sounds like some Gemini shit. I could be wrong.
Libras too are kind of back and forth, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Because they have the scales.
Yeah.
It's like they want to be in, but then they kind of don't, and then I don't know, right? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. Well, let's see. card.
She said talking on and off, but not together.
Okay, well, so in the very heart of the spread is the Two of Swords, which means she doesn't know what the hell she wants. But then we got this Devil card down here.
Oh, no.
The Devil card, is, of course, we usually, call this the card of addictions and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's all about service to self. It's all about me and what I want. It's about gratifying the flesh, So that's why it manifests into like addictions and sex-based connections and stuff like that. It's all about service to self. What can I do to meet my needs? It's all about me. So she doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know how she can best meet. I don't even like using the word needs because they're not needs, they're wants, So she doesn't know. She doesn't know what her intentions are. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know who she wants to be with. She's just a very confused individual and probably doesn't even know who she is. And I know I always have to say this, not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life. But if I had to guess, it kind of sounds like she may have had a traumatic childhood too. Could be wrong on that, but feels like she has some demons attached to her. And that can, if you have enough demons attached to you, that can make you a pretty confused individual, not knowing what you want, because what you want is all about serving the flesh, basically. So, Ten of Wands, yeah, she got a lot of baggage that you may or may not know anything about. Queen of Wands, yeah, she got a lot going on deep down inside that you don't know anything about. You may know a little bit about a little bit, but she's a lot more of a mess deep down inside than you know. I don't even think you know the tip of the iceberg. And Seven of Swords, no. She's a very confused individual. Now, don't take it personal. People like this, usually with people like this, there's nobody that knows who they are exactly. She's hiding a whole other aspect of herself. So, yeah, what are her intentions? She don't know. She don't know. Just whatever is easiest and most convenient for me. If I'm talking to you and then something more convenient comes along, I'm going to drop you for them. And then if that falls through and I can't find nothing else, I'll come back to you. And then if something else easy comes along, I'll drop you and go for them and just, just
basically using you.
Yeah, that's one way to word it. You could say that. So.
I know that game. We all know that game.
We all do.
So that last one we did, she says that she found that in his messages.
Oh, so you were snooping through and found it?
I think she might be behind on the live stream because she just started texting that.
So you were snooping through his messages and found out that he was talking to his ex.
I don't think she's watching the live right now. I think she's behind a little.
Oh, okay. So what did I say?
Nothing. I was just finding it out. I don't know if we wanted to acknowledge that or not. Okay. Anyways, all right. Next we have Anonymous again. Another Anonymous. Says, my ex and I recently started talking after 8 months of silence. We are planning to meet up soon. How is he feeling about seeing me again?
I like that. Straightforward. For some reason, past person readings are my favorite. I don't know why. Boom. I think he has feelings for you. I think so. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have feelings for you. He's kind of hoping that, how am I going to word this? He's hoping that the two of you can pick up where you left off and have it just go successfully. But what concerns me here is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. In order for a reconciliation to work successfully, both people involved have to make changes. Both people. Doesn't matter who did what. Both people involved have to bring a new energy back to the connection. And a lot of times the reason why you see reconciliation attempts fail is because two people come together with the exact same energy that they parted ways on, and they think that it's just going to be different this time. And it's not. Usually within the first week or the first month, it goes right back to exactly what it was before we parted ways. But he doesn't have intentions of playing games. So actually, honestly, King and Queen of Wands, masculine, feminine counterparts, King of Cups, I think his intentions are pretty solid. Tower reversed. He wants to reconcile successfully. What concerns me is that he may not know how much work that he has to do to make that happen successfully. Let's see the next spread. Oh, Seven of Swords. I came out reverse last time. Sun card. So we might have some trust issues. Tower card reversed again, though. He might have some trust issues, and he's a little bit apprehensive, a little bit reluctant to jump in head first, a little bit nervous about things. But, you know, when it all comes down to it, I think the only thing that concerns me is that he wants to do the same thing again and expect a different result, you know, which that's usually what ends up resulting in a repeat cycle. So right now in the current moment, I don't think his intentions are really all that bad. I don't think so. But just because they're not bad doesn't mean that good things are going to happen necessarily. But intentions-wise and how he's feeling, I think he's hoping that the two of you can reconcile and make things work.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, next is for Angie. It says, my name is Angie. I asked a question last week. Curious if Eric and I are still at a Mexican standoff. LOL. He's stubborn Leo. Haven't spoken since February. Will we reconcile? He asked to marry me, and then 3 days later said no marriage, but forever together. Instead, I then put up a no contact until he comes correct. Example, with no more games. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, why would he do that?
Mm-hmm.
Did he give you a ring and propose, or did he just like ask you? I wonder.
So the question, what's the question?
Are they going to reconcile? They haven't.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they did give her a ring. So he did all that and then just said no, but together forever. I wonder if someone got in his head. His mother. Ooh, a ruby. That's nice. I'm just kidding. Probably not his mother. I don't know.
Death reversed. Well, I mean, this cycle definitely isn't energetically closed out. Judgment reversed, yeah. So I mean, there's still a tie here. So it's not being closed out, hasn't been released. But we got the King of Cups reversed here. So just put it to you like this. If you're, well, first of all, we all know that the fixed signs are the most stubborn of the whole zodiac. But a low vibrational fixed sign who's playing games, the likelihood that they are going to swallow their pride, a Leo nonetheless, swallow their pride. Mm-hmm. Come on now.
Yeah, look at this little lion here. He's like, I
I must not swallow my pride.
Yeah. So if you're waiting on that, if you're waiting on him to come to you and apologize, it doesn't really look like he has intentions of that anytime soon. But the energy is still there. The reconciliation energy is still very, very heavy between the two of you, but he's holding back and staying stubborn. That's fixed energy for you, especially low vibrational fixed energy. Now, that's not the intrinsic nature of all fixed energy. It's just that when a fixed sign needs to swallow their pride, they have to put forth twice the effort of a non-fixed sign to swallow their pride and make a change. They have to work harder at it, basically. So a low vibrational fixed sign, the likelihood that they're going to want to do that kind of inner work is pretty slim, unless they're put in a situation where their life depends on it, or something like that. Let's see what this one says here. Queen of Cups reverse, 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups. There's the Strength card again. So if you're waiting on him to come forward, he doesn't have intentions of it anytime soon. But best believe he's not having a good time. No, he's a mess deep down inside. Most low vibrational people who are playing games are doing it for a reason. Okay, they're at war with themselves, and his number one priority right now is just trying to find somebody new. And I don't see him thinking about coming forward anytime soon, but the energy is still there. It's still very, very heavy. And yes, he feels it too. But, you get a stubborn enough fixed sign, they'll go to their grave carrying a karmic tie just to prove a point, So.
Yikes.
All
right. Next is for Lisa. It says, new person. We met 15 years ago, only talked once, and now we met again. We are dating since a month. What is the potential of this connection?
High Priestess. Met 15 years ago. That's interesting. All right, one more shuffle. One more. Hierophant reverse. Well. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Damn it. Well, 10 of Cups reversed. Well, first of all, I think the biggest thing here is somebody, and I kind of feel like it's the person that you're dealing with, kind of has their walls up a little bit, guarding their heart a little bit. Now, that's not a guaranteed deal breaker, but if you all have been together for a month and you still don't really see the potential here, that could be a problem. I'm not going to lie, this first spread looks bad. I was thinking it was going to be good. I was ready to say something really positive, but this doesn't look good. I'm not going to lie. 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups, Empress reversed, Hierophant reversed, 10 of Cups reversed. Let me see what the second spread says before I say anything. Oh, what's the second spread say? 10 of Cups upright this time. I'm glad I held off on that. So is there potential? Yes. But I think the biggest monkey wrench in this issue here, or in this situation, the biggest issue in this situation is this person not really letting you all the way in. The way the two of you should be connecting deeper and deeper and deeper as time goes on. And this person's kind of keeping you out, keeping you from reaching that deepest inner level, I think this person has probably been hurt many, many times. They're still carrying a lot of past vibrational baggage from the past and is afraid. If this person can let their guard down in a timely manner, then there is a lot of potential. But if not, then it could turn toxic. So it's been 1 month. I would say that if you don't notice a change, so now that we're on the 2nd month, I would be doing everything I can to try to dig to the bottom and figure out for yourself what the potential is, where you stand with this person, and clear up the confusion. And I wouldn't let it string on longer than 3 months if you're still confused about where this is going. There is potential here, though. There is. But this person has to let their guard down. All right.
Okay, next we have SAP. It says, my ex-boyfriend, Damon, and I broke up, and I want to know if we will be able to reconcile our relationship.
Let's look at the soul contract here. What's the soul contract? The nature of and status of this soul contract. Uh-oh. Devil card jumped out first thing there. Uh-oh, and the 3 of Swords. That ain't telling me what I'm looking for. 7 of Cups. Uh-oh. How long were y'all together for a while? Because I'm seeing really, really heavy codependency energy here. And usually you see this play itself out with short-term relationships where I get with you just to fill a void in my heart. And, I'm relying on that new person feeling to keep me distracted from my problems. And then eventually that's going to wear off. And then usually somewhere in the ballpark of about 6 months to a year, give or take, that feeling starts wearing off. And then now I'm comfortable with you. I've been around you for a long time and you're no longer distracting me from my problems anymore. So now I got to go find somebody who will. That didn't tell me the soul contract, but it did tell me that this does stem back to a previous lifetime. So whatever it is that needed to be cleared from a previous lifetime, I don't think it was cleared successfully. So you do have that working for you because I don't think the contract is complete. So at least that leaves room on the table for reconciliation. But let me see this person's energy and intentions.
He said yes, less than a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Every now and then you'll see a codependency relationship string on for 2 or 3 years, but usually it's shorter term than that most of the time. Let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Magician. Page of Swords reversed. 10 of Cups reversed. 10 of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords reversed. I don't know. It honestly just kind of feels like this person is very, very empty, very broken, very, very fucked up deep, deep, deep down inside. And, there's a lot more going on beneath the surface of this individual than you know. And now it's starting to bubble up to the surface. That's what happens. We come together at first and the honeymoon phase. It's really explosive. You make me forget about all my problems. You make me feel so good about myself. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then that feeling starts dwindling away. And then as it starts dwindling away, now all of my problems are bubbling up to the surface again, And then that's when all the stuff that this person's trying to run from starts bubbling up to the surface. And then it starts manifesting itself between the two of you. So could you reconcile? Yes. Yes, the contract is not complete. There is still room on the table for reconciliation, but this person is a mess, an absolute mess. I would say that I would recommend that if you are put in the position to be able to reconcile, you all need to sit down and have an honest talk with each other, about, this is my problems. Here's what I need to work on. And these are your problems. This is what you need to work on. And we both agree to do that. And if you can't have that conversation, if there's finger pointing, deflecting, projecting, and this and that, and you just can't come to a place where we meet in the middle, then you have about a 98% chance of a repeat cycle. So technically, though, could you reconcile it? Yes. But be very careful with that, because this person's a mess.
Yeah, if they don't want to change, then that's not your person. Or they don't want to work with you, that's not. Then they need to just stay in the past,
Yeah.
All right, next we have Angela. That one just came in right now. So it says, I'm a Capricorn, he's a Leo, wondering if he still has a partner.
So is this somebody you have a history with, or because depending on depending on the soul contract and whatnot, I really can't dive in and spy on the personal details of somebody else's life unless it's something that will like really help you or something that you absolutely need to hear. I can see, I guess, if this person has any other soul contracts. I'll see if there's anybody else in this person's energy, but I can't spy on the details of their life. Ooh, Lover's card. Well, there's definitely somebody that has this person's heart. 100%. 100%. And feels to me like this person has a partner. I don't know. Let's see. Don't hold me to that 100%, though. That's just an energy. That's just a vibration. How that vibration manifests. And we got the 10 of Cups in the heart of the spread here. This is an intuitive guess based on the energy coming off of this person. I would say yes. I would say. If not, this person's definitely in love with somebody. Definitely. 10 of Cups, Lover's card. Kind of looks to me like this person's with his divine life partner. If I had to intuitively guess, if I had to, let's see what the second spread says. Again, second time in a row, Lover's card.
Oh.
There's definitely somebody that has this person's heart. If I had to guess, I would say yes.
That's a different deck, too.
Yeah, that's why I do that. It's the main reason why I use different decks. So, more than likely, yeah. More than likely, yeah. If not, like, it would be a past person that he's really in love with. I think that, there's some karmic tie that he has. Are they together currently? I think so. But yeah, there's definitely somebody else very, very, very heavy in his energy. So I would say more than likely yes.
Okay, so that's it for part 1. And then we will come back at 4, right? 4 p.m. Pacific time. And then we are taking orders during the break. And I will have that in the comments, or you can check the description of this video.
All right, y'all. It was fun. We'll see you here in a little bit.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Peace.